Hello! How's it going, people on YouTube? I need to actually cough there, and I needed probably to laugh as well. Oh dear. So how is it going? So this is going to be the Cracked Open Pro-Am. This is basically going to be the TGCTours golf course this week. This is Tuesday. Um, oh my god, got a hiccup, sorry. So the cut line is tomorrow. So let's just cracked open. Let's just crack on with the. Dear, I'm here all week. Don't worry. So been an interesting start to TGC tours. I mean, not been. I wouldn't necessarily say it's been the worst, but it's not been the best either. The first tournament we missed the cut. Difficult opening round. That I would probably say that it was quite a difficult opening round. The winds were like double digits, like 12 to 14 miles per hour. I'm trying to get comfy here, which is not a good idea. So I thought the wind was pretty tricky for the first round, but people were still shooting like 14, 15 under par. We shot 6 under, which I thought was actually semi decent with the weather. Um, second round.
Hello there, and welcome to this.
Second round we tried,
event.
and we actually almost did make
I'm
the
here
cut.
to tell you, I think we're gonna have
I
fun.
started to run
Let's
into
kick
problems
this one
coming up
off in the fairway, and
the
we'll take it
last
step
nine,
by
the
step
back
from there.
nine,
How's
and the
that
last
sound?
3 holes. I kind of knew what I needed to do, which is never really a good thing when you know what you need to do. And just failed basically. Made a bit of a bad choice, I would say, on the last hole, but that's like everything else. That just happens. You know, last week's was just really one bad hole that completely ruined my round. I need to get these thumbsticks a little bit more fluid. That's better. Right, let's go. So last week's was just really one bad hole that just was an absolute disaster.
Okay, we're off. Have a good one.
And we ended up taking a quad bogey and then bogey in the next 2 holes after that. So in the space of 3 holes, oh, that's not really a good tee shot.
Those shots are gonna happen to you.
We
Okay,
ended
this
up
shouldn't be too
being
bad. We're in the
6
light
over
rough,
par
but
in
not
those
too deep.
3 holes. But we actually bounced back from that. We ended up getting to, I think, 13 under par, which was right on the cut line. At one point, I think we were actually, the cut line went to 12 under, but that was sadly didn't last. But yeah, it's been. I think we played okay. We just really had some misfortunes. Right, 6 up. 92. Probably actually play the 103. I think should be good. It's uphill as well. Oh, finger stuck in my button. It's a kind of silicon grip
Hopefully,
that's
this
on
one sticks nice
the
for us.
thumbstick. It just gets a little bit like
Nice.
sticky,
Way to
like not
stick the
really
green.
kind of grippy.
This one's a
That's the word I
21 footer.
probably would mean. So just trying to get into some kind of groove. I probably will actually end up playing the TGC Tours round soon, maybe even just after this, and then play the next rounds tomorrow, perhaps. Green speed's 174, so this is my version of it, so it could be the green speeds could be slightly different. There's a little bit of brake on it, but it's okay. And it's downhill. Okay, it's an interesting putt actually. Don't want to overhit it, to be honest. Which I might have done a little bit.
Man.
Yeah, a little bit firm. It's went by quite a bit.
All you got to do is put that in the hole for par.
Right, interesting putt here. In fact, this is a putt that really this is probably actually more difficult, I would say, because we've got 10 foot. It's not really up, it's not really down. It's actually 8 foot to the pin, but it's the break. We need to either put this firm or just. might go actually quite firm.
Looking good.
There we go.
And that's your par.
You could hit that a little bit less speed, but it's going to break just that little bit more.
And after that one, currently sitting at even par.
A par start is probably quite an easy hole to get a birdie, to be honest. The tee shot seems like the most difficult thing. Not a lot of people playing in my society. I've noticed that numbers have went down a little bit.
Blowing left to right on this one.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm going to give up the society, but it's going to get into that stage where it's not really like there's just not many people playing. So, par 4, quite an interesting hole design. We probably really don't need to go with the driver. In fact, the driver's probably going to give us. I'm going to go with the driver. But we really don't need to hit the driver. We're hitting that again with a slight fast.
For a landing on the fairway.
Bounce over a little bit, which is not going to get. And the bunker. It'd probably be better if it was actually in the bunker.
Thought it was going to be
again, only 63 yards. So again, probably we don't need the driver off the tee. This round's really about finding out the course. So 67 to the pin. It's 13 up. So probably 71. I think the normal 81 should be good. That's just my gut feeling. Could be wrong. Hello. Bite. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I want those shots. I mean, I don't calculate. I mean, you could calculate what, you know, like if it says on it 67 to 73%, you usually cut it in the middle and say it's a 70% shot. And then what you do is you basically take 70% of the yardage to the hole, and that works out how much extra you need. So you can actually work it out to quite a precise calculation. I usually just guesstimate. I don't have time to sit and calculate. Get another little testy break and putt.
Well, the putt appears to be online.
Nice putt.
Nice. Dropping that.
Right, so that should be the birdie. After a good start. Quiet start. First hole was a little bit. Yeah. Actually, 2 drives that have been both fast, which is interesting. So Taker's already out in the course there. He's 2 under through 6.
Wind will be a factor on this. One's blowing right into our face.
So scores in the doors was actually quite low scores, to be honest.
Can tell
they
just
were down
by
at
the sound
15 under, I think, was the lead.
Hit with extreme force.
For the first round. So basically, it's just going to be a birdie fest. I need to check to see if this button. Oh.
Well, you might need a little less club than normal here.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's doing to me. Okay, that's the volume. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm pressing buttons. 2 seconds. Okay, that's the okay. Right, that's it. Because when you talk, you can actually hear yourself through the earphones. I thought I had it off for some reason. Right, am I still? Oh, I need to stop pressing buttons in this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Right, that's us. I was just checking the mute button. Right, what do we have here? 187. It's 24 down, so it's going to be 179. The wind's going to bring that back up. In fact, really, the wind and the elevation sort of brings that back to 187. I think the 187 is going to be too much. 176, maybe just a little bit of deal off, maybe. Shot. Well shot. Well, I wouldn't.
This is what our
got a
third
bit of
shot's
bounce.
looking like.
Like 14 yards. Ooh, that was actually maybe a bit firm. We could have probably have hit the lob wedge
10 feet
chip
away.
there. Again, a par. Interesting. I played this like a par 4. This was actually a par 5.
Well, it's heading towards the hole.
I don't know how many times
Boom,
I've done that where I've
that
played a
one,
hole
and that's back-to-back birdies.
that I thought was a par 4, but it was actually a par 5.
2 under par for the day after that one.
Like the whole setup, especially with the approach. I'm not saying I'd do it any different. If I knew it was a par 5, I'd probably still play the same shot that I did. But yeah, I've done that a few times. I've played a hole that I thought was a par 4.
And now we're teeing up.
Especially when you're hitting in that kind of distance of club, you always expect to be playing at like a longer approach. But we've incurred no demotion strikes on TGCTours, which is good. We've stayed above that. But
and we're about
the scoring is really low, so you just really need to like birdie every hole almost. That's the kind of feeling that you get. Alright, 133, slight headwind, which is interesting. I think that's going to be too much. I need to de-loft this a little bit. Now I have actually got my numbers, which I'm going to get up here. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Oh my goodness. Right, so what do I need? What did I say it was? 134 to the pin. That wind's going to take it else to at 142. I feel like we don't need to loft this as much, maybe just a little bit. It's got a habit of choking up against this wind sometimes though. Which I feel is something that's happened in game.
Well, this one might be a little bit long, but let's see what happens.
That ends up long. That makes sense. I should probably just have left it as a standard stop. But we've got a chance.
Get down to 3 under par.
Chance at birdie. Okay, interesting putt. It's almost like a slight double breaker, but there's not really a lot in it. It kind of goes and it comes back. Difficult.
Bad luck there.
It did, but
this one's just a 3-foot
just left it.
Okay, we're moving on. Let's get this next
par.
hole.
Well, not a bad start. 2 pars, 2 birdies.
Okay, you'll stay right there at 2 under after that.
Could be a lot better. I think it's an attackable course initially.
Heads up, wind's going right to left on this one.
This is an interesting hole. I think those trees possibly might come into play.
Beautiful swing.
So we're getting the perfect swing, which is good. Oh, it's gonna hit that tree.
Oop, that's not good.
Yep. I was kind of afraid of that. So we've probably actually lost a lot of yardage.
Sweet. And second shot here on the 5th.
And I'll tell you one thing, the trees are going to be playing again with this shot. Oh, that's not what you want. 187. I'm going to hit the 196 and I'm going to play like a big cut shot. This could come off really bad here. Yeah, that wasn't the best. I hit it a little bit fast. But it ended up on the green, which, to be honest,
with that one.
is
Well
pretty
done.
good from there.
Good luck here. I would love to see you sink this one. It's a big one.
It's actually not a bad break. It's downhill quite a bit though. You need to be really careful. It's 32 foot. Saying for us it's a 21 foot putt. So we're probably actually going to have to cut that back quite a bit.
Oh, this one could drop.
Close, but no cigar.
A little too hard. Here we go. Par putt. Let's do it.
Quite an interesting hole actually. The tree placement of that corner is just perfect. And it means that you can get quite a bad bounce, which we did. Certainly wasn't, didn't make the hole unreachable, but it was certainly a lot more sort of difficulty in the shot.
Let's see how this goes. Par 5 hole.
Right, this is a par 5. God. Right, you can either go high or low. I don't think there's any real... I mean, you'd probably say the higher end shot is going over less trouble, but... I'd initially say that is going to be the better line, but that's just me, that's my 2 cents. It's a kind of better angle into the pin, or into the green. And you'd probably say that this one here would be a little bit more riskier. Excuse me.
Okay. Second shot on the 6th.
285 to the... Oh, wow. You know, the driver is one of those shots that I like to play just to get a little bit more run in the shot, but...
You must be feeling lucky.
Ding
Taking
dong.
driver off the turf.
This could run quite nice. Oh, that hill just killed it a little bit. And it just took it to the right, but
well done.
I mean that's not bad. I would take that.
And this is your 3rd shot.
I would take that any day.
1 stroke off the lead.
So 20 yards. My preferred shot is the splash. 16-yard splash. This is probably going to run out quite nice. Just a tiniest little bit of spin on it, and just play this full, and it should be pretty close. There we go.
And here's what you're dealing with for a birdie. This one's tracking.
Tap in birdie or kick in birdie.
That'll work for the birdie.
It's a kind of quiet start.
Brought your score down to 3 under.
Could have been a little bit better. We've probably missed a couple of shots here and there. This is actually my first round of today,
We got a headwind
which is interesting because we've not really... Look at the size of this green, it's huge. We've not really messed up yet, so like what have we got? 248, 40 foot down, so that's going to be like 13 off that. So 235 to the pin. Well, that wind, yeah, the wind's absolutely howling, so we'll probably just go with the 3-wood and just go straight at it. I feel it might be too much, but no, it's going to be pretty good. That wind's knocked it back quite a bit. Quite similar to Pebble Beach. This course, it's got a kind of Pebble Beach feel to it.
Staring down a birdie putt here.
Difficult par 3 this though. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't as difficult as what it could be with that wind helping you a little bit. Right, 39 foot, so actually level to the pin. Okay, it breaks a bit more this way. Bit fast.
Ooh, flying by the
It's a
hole.
way bit fast. Holy baloney. That was
Here's
a bit
a
of a
20-foot
mistake.
putt.
We absolutely hammered that putt. The fact the green speed's 174. I really had that putt. Oh, yeah, I just had it way too fast. I kind of forgot that the green speeds were 174. Now, we've made this actually into quite a difficult hole now. Quite a tricky putt now to save par. This could be quite easily be a drop stroke.
Looking really good.
Give it a good run at the hole there, but yeah, that was a really bad putt. The tee shot
Okay, let's grab a bogey here and be on our way.
was pretty decent.
Looking good.
But just that second
Good
putt,
work
the
on that
first
putt.
putt,
That's
sorry,
for
was
bogey.
just absolutely terrible. Ah, bogey.
And after that one, your score will go up to 2 under par.
So again, I always compare this to TGCTours. So at this moment in time, I would not be happy through 7 holes to only be 2 under par. And that bogey would be that would really nip.
The 8th hole
That
laid out
stings
right in
quite
front of
a
us
lot.
here. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, interesting back-to-back par 3s. That's something you really don't see too much. That's interesting. It's quite a tricky looking little par 3. So 23 foot down. So that equates to, it's almost between 7 and 8 off. It's kind of more towards 8 I usually go. Which means it's 140 on the button. But that wind is ever so slightly in our face, but not by much. Tee box is a little bit unusual. I'm just going to deal off this a tiny amount. When you get the wind right here, the wind is probably the most difficult part of this shot. I don't think we really get it right. I think we're just
Looks like this one's heading for the green.
Well, take that back. I think we got it pretty much bang on. I thought it was going a little bit more to the right, and it was marginally right.
You had that one dialed in, didn't you?
But that was a good shot.
Cup. This putt's good so far.
So we drained the putt for a birdie.
That drop shot.
So a good bounce back. But yeah, quite unusual to have 2 par 3s together.
And you currently sit at 3 under par.
3 under par, as John rightly says. So take us 4 under.
Okay, careful out there. We got a tailwind.
Interesting. Interesting shot here because there's a little pinch point just up at the green there. We could probably actually carry like over this part. I'm going to take a slightly brave line. We do not want to, as I say, we do not want to hit that with that fast.
Nice and safe in the fairway.
We should be okay. You see that it just pinches in a little bit.
Okay, hole number 9, shot number 2. Let's see what you got.
Not really a difficult tee shot. It could have been. It could have made it a little bit more difficult if the green was semi-drivable. 75. Excuse me. It is 4 ups at 79. I'm thinking. Oh my goodness, this cough. I'm trying to think where the pitch goes. I think there's a gap wedge pitch goes 81, which is exactly the club it's gave me. So I'm just going to go with this actually. Maybe a little bit more spin, maybe not too much. I don't usually use the pitch shot too much.
This could be good.
No, I could have probably done with a bit more spin.
Well done. That's another green in regulation.
But it gives us a good chance at a birdie. Again, just enough break. It's difficult to kind of judge this actually.
It could be a good one.
Great
work. That's your 5th birdie today.
So, out in 32, 4 under par. You did have that one bogey, which is kind of irritating. Again, if I was playing TGCTours, I wouldn't be totally disappointed with 4 under through 9. I think we played kind of solid.
The 10th.
Played well off the tee. We've not really made many mistakes, but there's kind of potential. This is quite an interesting hole. A lot of danger down that side. The wind. We're gonna have to play this a little bit towards the danger. One thing that we cannot do here is hit a fast.
Oh man, did you ever send that one?
If you hit a fast there, if you hit a red fast, you're totally gone. You're basically out of bounds. If you hit a grey fast, it's nip and tuck where it's going to be.
Okay, you've got about 220 yards to go.
It's a par 5. A drivable par 5 though. 220. Okay, this is. I think the 205 should be good. Yeah, it's slightly downhill, if anything. Judge for the wind. Slight fast, but it's very, very marginal slight fast. If it runs up, this bounces up a little bit. Just a little bit more. It's getting better. I mean, the 220 would have been way too much club.
There's a green and under
off the back of the green
for you. Pat yourself on the back. Here's a putt for eagle.
Very, very makeable putt. In fact, a putt that we should get. I'm just going to go on the right edge.
This one's on a good line.
Yeah, that was a putt
that in there
really you're looking to make that. So we start off with an eagle in the back 9, which is always the best way to start the back 9.
6 under par after that one.
And that, when you play TGCTours and you get something like that, that's like just an absolute, just so much of a boost to start the back 9, but to start it with an eagle, 2 under par.
Par 4.
You know, this could really springboard us into something else. Okay, I'll probably actually hit the driver here, because the 3-wood's going to give you like, it's going to give you that kind of option. I mean, don't get me wrong, that the wind is quite strong, but we should be able to make that. And it should set up a.
Looks like it'll do.
I don't know why I set up. I went kind of funny there. It should set up quite a good approach. It looks as if it might be too close actually. I mean, if it's like an 80 yard.
Second shot on the 11th.
Like barrow. So the windows can take that up. So, right, what we got? Let's do the numbers. 82. The wind though takes that up to like 95, but the downslope kind of brings it back. So I'm just wondering if. I think I'm trying to think. I think a little bit of a deal off with this wedge should be semi decent.
Can we get a kick left?
Well, get up. Yeah, could have done with a little bit more deal off, but I was scared to put too much.
This putt is for birdie.
Okay, it's a putt we can attack a little. It goes up at the end, so it's going to knock off any sort of power that we put into it. Just getting the slope correct. Come on, break.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, it dies at the end.
This one's a
disappointing.
3-footer.
To be honest, it wasn't the easiest of putts.
Okay, so that
right,
will keep
so
you at 6
under par. Yep. I mean, not bad. I mean, a par A par's good. You just don't want to drop
Wind is blowing
strokes.
left to right.
Quite a tricky par 3 actually. There's not a lot of room to work with. And then if you don't get it right, you're probably going to be in that bunker. Or you're going to get a bad bounce off that side hill Y. So, 6 foot down. I'm going to play this with a bit of loft. Tough. It's a tough hit. The wind's not really. If the wind's come the other way, it'd
This
be
is looking
slightly easier.
promising.
It's not bad, but it just sits nice. Yeah. Kind of middle of the
That's
green.
a safe shot. You could get down to 7 under par if this goes in.
Okay, there's a little bit of break. It's tricky. Nope, missed my forward stroke. Oh, missed it again, which is weird.
Ouch.
Too much
Ouch.
break. People think
Here
I'm
we go.
probably
Par
using
putt.
the haptic feedback for the power reference and the stroke, but I don't use it. I don't like using it, to be honest.
That'll do nicely.
Putting's really all about feel and just knowing where your putter head is as to what the power setting is. I don't
6
like
under for the
using
round.
the haptic feedback, even for the swing as well. I don't know if people use it for the swing. Like 6 under. If I play with the power
Stepping
meter
onto
on the
a
screen
par
at the
4
bottom,
hole on
I
this
can't
one.
play this game. I just cannot play to the level I can play without it. Okay, this is a very interesting. Oof. I do not think that it'd be possible to reach that. That's to carry that's 345 yards. And then if we hit our driver, we're going to be easily up in this rough. I mean, it's like a shot to nothing, really. Probably just play the 3-wood here. The 3-wood's going to give us a good distance. 3-wood's going to give us
This
like
tee shot should play.
probably 270. Well, upwards of 280. So I mean, it's almost like a driver
And from
without the
here,
wind.
it's about 115 yards to the pin.
Okay, 115. I'm not going to play. I'm going to play a normal shot. I don't like playing the pitch. Slightly uphill. I just take a little bit off it, but not much. Need to judge for this wind. The wind's going to be the kind of main thing here. Although we are coming back in with that slope, so we could probably come back a little bit. Come on.
Might be a little strong.
Oof. Perfect.
Well, that'll play. Little work to do, but nothing too bad. Here's
Right, come on.
a 7-foot putt.
Interesting little putt.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Setting up a 5-foot putt here. This putt's tracking.
Yeah, so easy
Good
to miss
putt.
those little putts. So we've had three pars in a row, which in TGCTours is almost like you feel as if you've bogeyed the last 3 holes. Because you're not moving anywhere, you're not making any progress in the field. So, you know, where we could maybe have been maybe 8 under par, say, you know, with 2 birdies and a par. You know, 3 pars, it just kills you. You know, this is. Very interesting course design here. We've actually got an area that we can hit up here, or we can go here. Really, it's 6.5 a dozen. There's not really like this way is quite narrow, and this way is a little bit more sort of freedom. But I mean, we could probably blast it over this corner.
It's not
I
your
don't think
best swing, but
we do hit
we'll get through
we do
this.
hit a red fast, which is not good. That's going to put us in a lot of trouble by the looks of it.
Ouch,
Oh,
right
you
off the tree.
absolute! No, we got a
Okay,
slight
let's
fortune.
get on out of this.
He's straddling that
second cut and get on
that
our
bark
way.
is right up his squeaker. Oh, this is difficult. So this is again. I didn't really look. It's a par 5. Would I change a tee shot knowing it's a par 5? Possibly. This is actually quite interesting. I'm tempted to play like a 4-iron punch. You know, completely de-loft it. And just kind of power it through. Yeah, I'm just going to do that.
Get out of there.
Yeah, it didn't really come off. Didn't come off the way that I really kind of initially planned for it, but it's moved at 100 yards up the fairway,
Okay,
which is
back
not
on
bad.
the fairway. Let's see if we can hit that green now. Okay, about 105 left to go. And one stroke off the
Slightly
lead.
downhill. The wind's interesting. I think this is going to get there. I think this is going to be okay. Gut feeling says yes. That's a gut feeling though. Oh, it's woefully short, but it's going to come off this. It's not great. No.
And that approach was a bit
Gut feeling
wayward.
was bad.
Setting up here, green side rough.
Never trust your gut feeling, although gut feelings can be good. Didn't hit it. Did not hit
nice
it.
To save par on this one.
Okay, not the most difficult of holes. We certainly made it difficult. Again, that just continues the pars. Oh, yeah, I'd be really bouncing my head against the wall if I was TGCTours. If this was live play, I'd be really getting a little bit peeved, I would say.
Well, see if you can use the tailwind on this hole.
25 up, 7, 8 off that, 149. Sorry, I'll be adding onto that 8. So that'd be 165. But that wind's going to bring it back down. It's an interesting shot. There's a bit of a backstop here. I reckon I'm going to play this with loft. You had a little bit of a soak, which puts us out to the right a little bit.
Pin high on that approach.
Wouldn't have been a bad shot actually. If it wasn't for that soak, they were probably right on. A little bit of break. I mean, there's just now. This is one of these putts. It can make you look really, really stupid. There's enough break there for it to and it's going to be at the slower end of the putt. Oh, I think it turns. I think it will turn. Did I hit it?
Going towards that hole.
Oh my goodness.
Shaping up out here. That's birdie number 6 on the day.
Oh. Wow, that was
7 under for the round.
That was the slowest putt in history. I thought I honestly thought I hadn't hit it, but you can see how much break it took because I did hit it quite slow. Finally get to 7 under par.
That wind is going right to left out there.
A lot of holes that are kind of similar. I think I've took too much. Yep, I have taken way too much off that. Oh, that was absolute stupidity.
That's unfortunate.
And then we get some kind of playable lie down here, maybe.
Setting up here, looking at an elevated green.
Wow. Okay. Oh man, it shoots. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. We don't have that much to the hole. 124 yards. I'm just going to play a full shot. I think we need to hit something that's like... Okay, let's hit this. This is really a shot to nothing here.
A little awkward on that swing.
Nope, she's out. I'll tell you one thing. That ain't a bad shot from there.
All right, back on the fairway. I like this stuff.
I don't know why I hit that driver as close, because the wind was coming from the right hand side, so it's just a bit of a brain fart. Chip in here. From this point in TGCTours, this would be this is a chip in. There's no ifs or buts. This is 100% chip in.
Ooh, nice little chip on that one.
So that's like a drop stroke, basically.
Solid hole, tapping in for par.
2 holes remaining. So I mean, it's a classic example of the back nine. 10th hole we get an eagle, absolutely phenomenal, and then we just go flat. And I think that's more frustrating. You could play about and maybe not get that eagle, but maybe get a couple of pars, get a couple of birdies, and you'd probably be, I'm going to say be happy, but
on this one. You
get something like that, 2 under par, let's go, and then it just goes, it just fizzles out. It's so annoying. Here's a, well, this is well and truly a very drivable hole, almost too much. Do I think the 3 wood's going to be enough to carry that? I'm going to hit 3 wood. Oh, it's going to catch up with that tree, which I didn't want. We missed the tree. It's probably not going to be enough to get to the hole, though. I think the driver might have been too much.
And this is our second shot here on the 17th.
Probably going to play the splash here. I think the splash should be good.
Five-foot putt here. This putt's going. Great work out there. Great work. Birdie number 7 in the hole.
The birdie.
And after that one, you were at
but that big drive spell there has just cost us so many shots. I mean, you're probably looking at an easy double-digit round of golf here. You know, 12, 13 under par. And we're looking at the moment with 8 under. If we birdie this hole, then we're looking at 9 under.
Great swing on that one.
Quite an interesting golf course. As I say, it's quite Pebble Beachy. It's quite similar to Pebble Beach. There's some interesting driving holes. Nothing really. There's a couple of holes that are kind of dangerous. Obviously, that one we went
this was about 175 to the pin.
We missed the fairway. That was really not that dangerous a hole. We were just trying to chew off too much. This hole is quite difficult. It's quite long. 174. It's down 12. We're downhill as well, so we've got a little bit of loft on it. Come on, ball, go! Just a bit short. Okay. Probably just leaving it as the
Well, that
club that was
approach kind of
that was
missed the
picked.
mark a little bit.
Difficult bunker shot. An uphill bunker shot is always tricky. Going to play the 31. Get a bit of loft on it. Might be too long. Better to be there than maybe
And
not
now
making
we
it out.
will putt. Nicely played out of the sand. I believe this is for your par. Looking pretty good.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, man.
Bit tentative with that one. So, yeah, that just really
This
ends.
one's a 4-foot
That
putt.
kind of sums up the round, if I'm honest.
Looking good.
Not the best.
And the bogey putt drops, and that will end your round.
7 over. 7 over. Tell you, it feels like 7 over. 7 under par. Yeah.
Ending off a fantastic round of 7 under.
That certainly is what I would
And
call a
that's
practice
gonna do it
round.
for
It's
us
not
here today.
really.
Thank you so much for playing.
I mean, we
See
had
you
that
next time.
eagle start in the back 9, and then we just completely just threw away shots, or we didn't make up birdies. We'll get X amount of pars. Oh, disappointing. Disappointing. So what is? Let me just check the cut line. The cut line for TGCTours. Let's advance a little. Check the cut line. Cut line, TGCTours. Point Lobos. View leaderboard. Right, let's get a load in the cut line here. So at the moment, 28 under pars leading after 2 rounds of golf, which I'd probably say that was what it was going to be, to be honest. Cut line is going to be projected cut line's 13 under. So yeah, we really need a solid first round, if I'm honest. So yeah, wish me luck. I don't know if I'm going to play that next. I feel I probably should. But anyway, that's going to do it for this round. I'll probably play the next one of this round 2 tomorrow, before I play my TGCTours round. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.